Hello everybody, this is Stephen, belief strategist and hypnotherapist here at Belief Force, and today I want to discuss goals. We're in January and 'tis the season for New Year's resolutions and goals, and I wanted to discuss a TV show I saw, reality TV, and it was a program called Alone. It's put on by the History Channel, and it's a survival show, and they have 10 contestants whom they drop off in very secluded, remote destination points. So for example, Alaska. Now these people are spread out there, they don't get to mingle with one another, and their task is to survive for as long as it takes. So they're dropped off alone with video equipment so they can record the experience, and I believe the prize is about $500,000, and it's basically a last man standing scenario. So you're put out there and you have to hunt and fish and build your own shelter and create fires and so forth, and survive until the last person standing, and you tap out. You either tap out or medically they pull you out, but 10 contestants and the very last one wins, and again it's about $500,000. Now how this relates to goals is I noticed 4 very distinct steps of which the contestants go through that is parallel to what people go through when we create goals, whether they just be common, average goals or not, but these are definite phases and stages that we all go through. And the very first one I noticed is when they drop them off by helicopter, they're very excited. They have this high intensity emotion. They're going to be on a TV show. They're going out to the wilderness to prove themselves. There's $500,000 on the line. They're gung-ho. They're ready to go. And when you watch the videos that they produce in these early days, you can see that they're basically existing on this excitement. Now that is stage 1, and in our goals we typically do that too, right? At the beginning of the year or whenever we decide I'm gonna be a runner this year. You go out, you buy the tennis shoes, or maybe you want to learn to play guitar, so you go out and buy the guitar and then you pay for the lessons and you're all excited, I'm gonna do this. Stage 2, it's usually about a week, 2 weeks or whatever afterwards, when the day-to-day sets in. And on the survival show, okay, they've been going for 2 weeks. A lot of times they haven't eaten in several days. They're figuring out very quickly that it's difficult, it's hard, it's not as enjoyable as they thought it was going to be. And so at this point, what people tend to do is they tend to reflect on the reasons why. And you've all been told this as far as goals go. You should have a very giant reason on why you're doing something. If you can draw on this why it's important for you to accomplish this, then you'll find all the means and the ways in order to accomplish it. But the why is extremely important. And in the show, typically what happens is when they're faced with this, the reasons why tend to be family. Again, they're all by themselves at this point, so they think about their children, they think about their parents, they think about their spouses. They think about how they set out on this so that they could win the money, so that they could perhaps buy their spouse a new house or help their parents through retirement. They want to do something significant for somebody else.
You wonder if the people in your life really know how much you love them.
I just don't want to let my family down. I don't want to let myself down.
And these are the deep reasons that they pull forth, and it helps them to carry forward. And we kind of need to do that as well when we do our own goals. We get to a point where we've run the miles, we've gone to the gym that many times, or we've dieted and put that food aside, or whatever the goal may be. But at some point it starts to wear on us, and we get tired. We get bored. The excitement isn't there anymore. And what we need to do at that point is we need to draw on the reason why we set out in the first place. We cannot allow the complacency or the tediousness of the tasks we're having to do to sweep us away from our goals. So you should always have the reason why, and have that posted up or have it on your phone, have it ready to review when you hit that moment, because you will hit that moment. Now the third phase or stage that these contestants go through, I'm going to call it the dropout stage. And typically what happens is they've gone through this, and it could be a month or 2 months. These things can last, again, it's a last man standing, can last either a month or 2 months, 3 months. The one I saw went for, I believe it was 2 months, two and a half months. And what happens is the psychology of the people, they start to justify in their minds that they've already won. First of all, they're not the last person yet. Second of all, they haven't won the $500,000. But in their minds, they start to come up with ways in which they can crown themselves a winner and yet still drop out with dignity.
Been so much tougher than I thought it would be.
And they talk to the camera, they're like, I don't know why I'm out here. I've basically proven everything I set out. I'm out here, I've survived, I've done it on my own. Now it's just a matter of staying out here. And why should I do that when my family's at home? I should be with my family right now. They're more important than this. I've proven it to myself. And so what they do is their goal line was to be the last one standing, the $500,000, and then they pull that goal line right up in front of them so that they can cross it and still feel like they've won. And this is a terrible decision. People do this all the time. Justification, right? It's just, I did this. I want to run a marathon, but you know what? I ran a half marathon and that's good enough. I won. I've never done that before, and so I'm a winner. And that trickery, that twisting of your beliefs in order for you to get out of what you truly wanted in the first place is probably the thing that kills most dreams in the world. It's this bargaining with the work that you have to put in the outcome so that you don't have to do it anymore. And so I'm going to encourage you that when you're ready to pull that goal line up here and say that you've won, that you're ready to quit, don't do it. It's a lie. It's a little thing inside of your head that's trying to get you to quit. It's trying to keep you less than what you could be. It's trying to get you to stop doing what you truly wanted. Don't listen to that voice. It's tricking you. And finally, the fourth stage. The fourth stage is the winning stage. And the one thing, which isn't that great of an insight, but it's the truth nonetheless, is that the winner simply did not give up. There was nothing else great about the winner. A lot of people might have won, but for medical reasons they got pulled for the show. But the thing about the winner is they never gave up. They went through all the other stages that all the other contestants did, and it was just a matter of attrition. Those people gave up, and the winner never gives in. They never give up. They just keep going. They don't care how long it's going to take. They came out here to get something done. They had a reason for doing this. They wanted the prize, and it doesn't matter now. I'm going to stick it out. I've already suffered. I've already put this much time in. And the thing is they don't know. They don't find out how many people have dropped out. They never know how far along they are or how long it might take. If it was, I know it's just me and this other person, maybe they had toughened out more. But they don't know if anybody's dropped out. And so they have to sit here and endure the cold and the hunger and the darkness and the being alone. And they have no idea when it's going to end. And the same for many of our goals is we may be 90% there. We don't know sometimes. We know it's tough, and we know we're tired, and we know we want it, and we don't see when it's going to happen, and so we give up. The winners never give up. So those are the 4 stages that I saw in the survival show alone that I thought related quite well to typical goals that we set for ourselves. And I just wanted to share that with you to get you thinking more and more about the things you're going to do as you pursue your goals. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.